And the only reason why her body was found is because people were looking for her for a staff meeting and they couldn't find her for over 2 hours. So eventually someone went down there, checked the kitchen, then checked that back area. And what they found was a very fucked up sight. They found her head bashed in and a rope tightly wrapped around her neck.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Bull Talk with Big Jim podcast.
Guess what, motherfucker?
Some of the information you are about to hear, some may find disturbing.
I don't know who gave them this or who gave them the clearance. On the crotch.
Oh my
Right
lord.
there.
Can we Google that?
Yeah, that's what I thought. And then I fucking stumbled down a dark hole and I love it.
Great cake parties. If I'm going to believe anybody's bullshit, I'm going to believe mine.
It sounds not politically correct, but
You two motherfuckers need Jesus.
All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Boat Talks with Big Jim podcast.
Hola.
We talk about a pretty interesting spot over in California that really not a whole lot of people know about. Some say it's haunted, some say it's not. Some deaths that happen there, but we'll get to that in just a second. How are you doing, sir?
Good. Excited. I'm a little cold, but I'm doing
It's
well.
fucking freezing right now. I'm in the garage doing this and my toes are numb.
Yeah, no. It was cold this morning. It was 42 in the backyard.
Ugh. Yeah, that's a little cold. So other than that, obviously, as some people may or may not know, whether it's fake news or or counted correctly, we have a new president, ladies and gentlemen. We have Sleepy Joe as our new president.
Pedo Joe.
Pedo Joe, as they call him. Listen, I personally, I don't care who you voted for. It doesn't affect me very much. If you voted for Joe, Trump, I didn't vote for either one of them. I definitely didn't vote for Kanye, so I could tell you that much. But
You know he had 19%, right?
who?
Kanye.
He won 19% of people?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if it's something that I ran across on the internet. Yeah.
I
He
saw that.
actually had a poll. He had Jurgensen had like less than 2%. He had 9% or 19. I think it was 19%.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Why would he? I still don't understand why he would be. He did you see the interview he did with Rogan?
No, I haven't watched a Rogan episode since he moved to Texas.
Some of them are actually pretty good.
Yeah, I just haven't. I'm actually just listening to ours and all the other little people, over the fence podcasts.
Molly and Cody, big shout out there.
Drinking the Kool-Aid. There's
Amanda
a
and
podcast
Cassidy.
I listen to
Yep.
out of New Mexico called Pocha Podcast. There's a lot of little ones.
There's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that people are doing right now to pass time. So
Yeah.
I mean, I like listening to people that are, our demographic.
Yeah.
It's the little guys. More interesting.
Very interesting. And not a whole lot of people are, there's not a whole lot of, I guess.
Crime babes. Yeah.
Yeah. Crime babes, true crime babes. And I think they're called basic murder babes.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to them too.
And haunting and marriages.
A
couple.
I don't think I see that. Oh yeah. Marriage, haunting, and murders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're actually really good too.
Yeah.
But yeah, shit's been weird this year. Do you think it's gonna get any better or worse?
You know what? Once people start going back to work, I think a lot of these fly by night, they're either going to be consistent or not. I mean, like I said, this started out as a hobby. Obviously, you and I both like doing it. I listen to podcasts. I've been listening to podcasts since 2002.
Yeah, you pretty much got me on podcasts since actually a little bit later, but I think probably 2006, maybe 7 is when I started kind of listening, and then when we moved back to California is when I really started listening.
Yeah. I started with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Love line.
No blinds. And then
Yeah.
the Man Show. The Man Show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean Howard Stern, but he by that time he had already went to Sirius and had that contract. Nobody really followed that.
Yeah, that was weird.
No
That's a
broke people, at least.
yeah, yeah. Um, but what'd you think about the 2020 presidential election? Was it a fucking a shit show? Was it a madhouse? Or I honestly, I mean, even as a kid, I didn't really pay attention to politics or anything like that, and I still kind of don't. Not because I don't want to, but I don't really like. I'm not gonna get pissed off at who you pick. It's who you pick. If you want that person, that's your fucking choice.
Like I'm the same way. I never really had a a preference in which party, independent, liberal, Democrat, Republican. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I think this time, I think more than anything, when somebody of that magnitude, like the president, attacks somebody in the manner that he did of Joe Biden, and I guess the thing that bothered me the most is when he started talking about his kid, and he
Oh,
just made
Hunter
him
or
seem,
Bo or
huh?
Bo? Hunter
Yeah,
or Bo?
yeah, both. A lot of the stuff that Biden's gone through, loss, addiction, you know, stuff that I've gone through, and it hit more at home.
Addiction.
Yeah, his son Hunter is an addict.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Hunter or Bo, either one, one of the Biden children. They're old, they're my age. But the point of it is, it just got too personal. Personally, Trump, I don't care. I thought the guy was hilarious of what he is. He was a internet celebrity.
Yeah, he's an
That's it.
entertainer. The guy
Yeah,
was on fucking WWF, guys. Like
yeah. People
he's
made songs about him. I
a
mean,
lot of
this is
people. They
not
still are
anything
making
new.
songs about him.
Yeah, but now they're just derogatory. They're just opposite. I mean, he was somebody people looked up to. You know,
Yeah.
Donald Trump, Bill Gates, Nelly song, EI.
Yep.
Mac Miller, uh, hell, Beastie Boys.
Yep. Beastie Boys.
I think it's just unfortunate that
Even Young Jock.
yeah, I think it's unfortunate that the people got caught slipping last presidential debate.
Yeah.
There's no reason why he should have been president. A lot of people just took it for granted that there's a Democratic Party who's highly favorable, and we let it slip. I say
Yeah.
we, and not in a democratic way. Just the people.
People.
People took it for granted, and him being the president has taught a lot of people a lot of lessons. A lot of people are going to be in favor. A lot of people are going to be opposing.
I mean,
Me,
he kind of ran the place like he would a fucking a TV show.
it was a TV show. He made us a laughing stock. I don't care how anybody wants to put it. He made people look terrible. He
Yeah.
made his country embarrassing. That's all. He didn't make it. I mean, we do bad all on our own as people, but for him to do and say and react and treat people, I can only imagine what other countries thought of us. That's what's embarrassing to me.
Yeah.
And the fact that he would just, his constant, continuous badgering about other people other than him. Can't you can't run somebody else's home if your own home is in despair.
That's true.
And that's how I look at it. I never really took politics serious, and I still won't. I'll do my duty and diligence to be part of this electoral thing we have, but I'll never have a party. I'll never favor anybody. Joe, he's cool. Obama was cool. Yeah, first black president.
Now there's the first black Asian female
Right. I just
vice
hope it does.
president in
I
the
just
in the
hope it
last
doesn't turn into.
231 years.
Yeah, I just hope it doesn't turn into a fucking comedy show because of that.
I, I mean, I
Legitimately.
don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, there's always going to be people not in favor of the people that are chosen to represent our country.
Yeah.
That's our right to oppose and be for.
Well, yeah,
So,
it's your right to have your opinion. I mean,
yep. and,
not saying that it's right, but
and
I mean,
that's
you
just
have.
what, that's just, we live in this country to have that opportunity.
Yep, very
If
true.
we were tired of it, we can move. There's a lot of third world countries that'll take people like you and me if we don't approve,
Very true.
you know, and anybody else. They don't like it, they can leave.
Well, now that we're all kind of caught up and done talking about politics, let's talk about some crazy shit. Today, we are going to be talking about Preston Castle.
Oh, all right, all right.
Yeah. So, this is a well known area, specifically in the Northern California area, because this used to be a school. They called it a school, but it was basically a fucking prison.
Yeah, growing up, uh, it was kind of like a badge of honor if you were a troublemaker, so to speak, or a, you know, from the streets. If you were a youth and you went to YA there, it was called Gladiator School.
Oh,
And the simple
that's a
fact,
wonderful nickname for a fucking
yeah, and
school.
the simple fact that, you went there as a youth under 18 and you were definitely tested. I know a bunch of folks that I hung out with as a kid and relatives that went there,
I was gonna say, yeah.
and it was definitely a place that I could understand why it being haunted or possessed.
Yes. So
A lot of deaths. A
that's
lot of
the
deaths.
idea. Well, that's the other thing too, and I did a little bit of research on there. A lot of people say that there are a lot of deaths, but there are a lot of deaths that were not recorded. So the ones that are
Correct.
the ones that are documented are actually pretty big. They're pretty well spoken about, but the ones that are not recorded are the ones that are kind of suspicious.
And the suspicious ones are non-staff related, all the
Right.
inmates. And obviously, that's negative attention to a facility that was already suspicious of being uh, unfriendly
Right.
and
So
run improperly. So
It's- It
safe
was
funded.
it was ran very improperly, to
Yeah.
be honest. So, with that being said, here we go. Preston Castle is located in Ione, California, about 30 minutes from Lodi,
It's your
and it was
backyard, boy.
it was built in 1890. So this is an really old place. This is what, 200 years, 200 some odd years, almost 190, I think. And it was known
I
like
don't know. I flunked high school English.
I flunked. I was
Yeah.
gonna say
Interrupt me.
Spanish. No, I flunked math. I might as well flunk. I might as well have flunked everything. Like it's hard for me to remember things unless it's written down in front of me, and even then, it's not. It's not the best.
That's all right. Trust me. A lot of people don't remember shit
I
25 years ago.
Yeah, that's true. Speaking of 25 years ago, this is totally off topic, but there was a movie that I just saw, and I was like, "Holy shit! This came out 20 years ago." Fuck, what was it? It was in '99. Was it Matrix? I think it was Matrix.
Uh, I got a confession. I've never seen any
I
Matrix.
still can't believe you haven't seen The Matrix.
I'm not a big box office smash type of guy. I like small films, independent, even shitty film. I will watch a shitty film before I watch something as large as that. And it's just too much hype. And by the time I go to watch it, I've heard the stories about it, so it's not even intriguing.
That's one of the movies that I can watch over and over again for sure.
Oh, I've got my over and over favorites, trust me. And they're not big box. I mean, yeah, they're silly. Halloween, original Halloween, low
That's not
budget.
silly. That's a great movie. That's a
To
classic.
watch that, yeah. Well, I'm a John Carpenter fan. I can even rewatch the
The Thing.
Rob Zombie remake.
That's a good
Any
one.
Bruce Lee movie, I can rewatch. Enter the
Yeah.
Dragon, obviously, but Big Boss Man, Chinese Connection, all those. They're silly, but I can watch them.
So, like I said before, Preston Castle was a reform school. So this is basically where you send your badass kids and they go to badass kid prison. That's basically what it is. And it legit was that. Now the only difference is that this place didn't have prison bars. They had rooms. It was a reform school. But it was very similar to a state prison. They had guards and a fence and armed guards at that. So it was pretty fucking nuts. And then in June of 1894, excuse me, 7 wards were transferred from San Quentin State Prison to Preston Castle. So they already had badass kids there, and now they have 7. Oh, by the way, a ward is a youth, a troubled youth. So they transferred 7 troubled youths to Preston Castle, and that kind of just sparked everything because they were already in a state prison, so they had the prison lifestyle. This place,
Institutionalized.
oh yeah, very much. This place was in operation for over 66 years, and there were over 100 escapes and escape attempts, violent attacks, sexual abuse from both wards and prison guards, or the school guards, inhumane punishment, and even murder. Now, that's what we were talking about earlier, and that's what we are going to be getting to right now. One of the most famous murders at Preston Castle, which is unfortunate because that's what it's one of the things that it's known for, is Anna Corbin. Anna Corbin was one of the head housekeepers of that place. On February 23rd, 1950, so this is about 6 years after.
No, go ahead.
6 years after the 7 wards were brought in, this woman died. It was about 2 p.m. and down in the basement, tucked in a little storage area, typically where they would store the broomsticks, mops, and all of that stuff, the cleaning area. Anna's body was found. And the only reason why her body was found is because people were looking for her for a staff meeting, and they couldn't find her for over 2 hours. So eventually someone went down there, checked the kitchen, then checked that back area, and what they found was a very fucked up sight. They found her head bashed in and a rope tightly wrapped around her neck. Fucking insane. Again, these are kids, and it goes from ages 7 years old to 17. 7 to 17. Who the fuck's sending their kid at 7 years old?
Orphans.
Oh, that's right.
They were orphans, or they were rejected, or who knows what they did in the early 1900s.
I forgot that orphans were a thing. especially then.
Yeah.
Now, one main suspect that was kind of put on the spotlight for this whole thing, his name was Eugene Monroe, but he was never found guilty. He had 2 hang trials, and then on the 3rd trial, he was acquitted. They just suspected him of this because he had a pretty decent background over at Preston Castle also. Deaths surrounded this building. Wards would die from illnesses such as tuberculosis and fevers, but 2 deaths that were caused by guards. They were also very pronounced, well-known cases of Sam Goins and Herman Hoover. Sam Goins was originally from North Carolina, but he was actually living in Alameda at the time. He was sent to Preston Castle on burglary charges, and he tried to escape 3 different times from Preston Castle. He was 2 months away from freedom on his 3rd and final try of trying to escape. Now, this is going to get a little lengthy, so I do apologize, but this is a direct quote from one of the newspaper clippings that I found, which I will also be posting on Instagram, so please be sure to go check that out. The newspaper clip states, quote, Sam Goins, colored, an inmate of the Preston School, was fatally shot by guard J.E. Kelly last Saturday. Goins escaped from the school the day before, and the guards found him at the Thornton Ranch. He threatened to kill anyone who attempted to take him. Kelly, failing to halt him by command, fired and hit him in the leg. But just as he pressed the trigger, Goins stopped. My bad. I told you.
You flunked elementary English, didn't you?
I'm pretty sure I did. I told you. Goins stopped to go under a wire fence, and the bullet struck him in the back. He lived for several hours after the gunshot before dying. Exonerated, the guard declared that he alone was to blame for the affair. Kelly, the guard, was acquitted by the coroner's inquest held Thursday. The funeral was held in Ione Wednesday. Goins was a native of North Carolina, aged 20 years old. He went to the school from Alameda County for burglary. End quote. So he shot a guy because he shot him in the back. He tried shooting him in the back. That's how you're gonna stop someone?
That's cowardice.
Guard Kelly was acquitted of killing Sam. The next person who was subsequently murdered was Herman Hoover. Unfortunately, there's not very much about this guy, and there's really no explanation as to why he was even there. He arrived to the castle in 1910. There were no crimes associated with his name according to the state archives, but he was marked as a delinquent.
That's his crime. He was unwanted.
That's still
untroubled youth, just a troubled youth, son.
I know, but that's still that is crazy that it's kind of still happening. Like there's a lot of,
but nowadays it's called mental health or social services, or even the word delinquent is still something. But back then you didn't have all these opportunities to help people.
Yeah. It's sad though. It's fucked up.
Look at the asylum that housed all those mentally challenged and physically challenged handicapped people. Waverly.
Oh no, Waverly was the tuberculosis. I think the one you're talking about is in like Pennsylvania or something.
Oh, okay. Well, you're probably about.
I think I know which one you're talking about. That one, but yeah, stories about that one was fuck. That's the one that what's his name? I was gonna say Gerard Butler, but it's not Gerard Butler. Who's the old newscaster? He looks similar to Grandpa. Geraldo.
Oh, Geraldo Rivera?
Geraldo Rivera. He went there and he was like, look at this fucking crazy madhouse. And it was fucked up. You know what? That'll probably be a future episode too, because that place was fucked up. That place was real. And it's really not anybody's fault. They had like, I think one nurse for every 70 patients.
Yeah.
Like that was and same thing, like you just said. They were sent there because nobody wanted them, because they were mentally challenged, they were disabled or physically disabled, with what's that, like cerebral palsy and stuff,
polio,
like that, yeah, all that crazy shit.
Yeah.
So, moving on, a year after of time, Herman decided to escape from Preston Castle. Guard J.D. French caught Herman and another ward escaping. While in pursuit, French fired his service weapon as a warning. He accidentally, quote unquote, shot and killed Herman. Other wards stated that French was extremely vile towards Herman, thus killing him and not making it an accident. Again, another newspaper clipping reads the following. Quote, R.W. French, guard at Preston School for of Industry. Preston School of Industry at this place has been exonerated by the coroner's jury for the death of Herman Hoover, the inmate who tried to escape Tuesday night. It, it was held by the jury that the guard shot in the performance of his duty. John Kieran, who was with Hoover, is still at liberty. So one of them actually got away, and Hoover was the one that actually died.
So what happened to him?
Nobody knows. I tried finding him, but I couldn't find anything. He probably just disappeared like fucking
Yeah.
what's
South
his name?
America, here I come.
In 1960, the castle was vacated to the modern juvenile facility that stands at the bottom of the hill from the original castle. So now there's a new legit prison. It's a juvenile detention center with a guard tower, huge fucking fence, and that's right down the hill from the old actual castle. Which, by the way, I'll also be putting on Instagram the pictures of what the castle looks like now, or what the prison school looks like now to what it used to look like. On June 2nd, 2011, the CDCR, or also known as the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, held a closing ceremony for the castle, and it has since been a hotspot of paranormal activity, to which you can go on Ghost Adventures, the second season of the first episode, the season premiere, that's what really drew me into this place. That episode was fucking insane. Aaron, if you guys don't know or haven't seen Ghost Adventures, Aaron gets his leg scratched, and you can actually see 3 claw marks beginning to form on his leg, and they're legit like claw marks. It's pretty fucking wild. They were also featured on season 6, episode 6 of Ghost Hunters, and in a movie called Apparition, which I actually want to watch. The Apparition movie looks pretty good. Looks pretty interesting, and they kind of detail and go into certain details about everything that actually happened there.
Is it about Preston Castle?
It's about Preston Castle, yeah.
Apparition.
Apparition. I never heard about it until I started doing research on here.
Oh, all right. That sounds interesting. I'll check it out.
Yeah. So that is the story of Preston Castle. What are your thoughts on it, sir?
Well, like I said, I mean, before I even knew it was a paranormal hotspot, growing up, and like I said, a lot of the kids I hung out with when I was a kid, I was known as a gladiator school. So there are, I'm sure, a lot more non-reported incidents and deaths. I mean, hell, they had their own gravesite. So,
yes, that's the other thing too.
A lot of people didn't die in the 1800s.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too, is that which, by the way, you can't go there on your own. There's people who are actually watching the actual castle now. We have a family member. We've talked about her before on our Halloween special. But she, like you mentioned on that episode too, she is very in tune, or sensitive to certain things. So at the time of this incident, she was driving somewhere. I don't even remember where they were driving to, but from what she told us was that she was trying to find something, and she kept telling the driver, "Hey, go straight, turn left here, turn right there, turn left there." She didn't know where she was, and then she ended up fucking pulling up in front of Preston Castle. And when she took the photo, and I've seen the couple of photos that she took, there's an all white car, all white car with blacked out windows, and it started following them, and then it stopped at one particular area and just watched them for, like, I think she said 10 minutes.
I mean, it's got to be protected, or else, I mean, it's a liability.
It's a big liability, yeah,
and it's dangerous for people in general. But yeah, there's the onlookers and the people that are curious, like the person we're speaking of, and she ended up going there and she snapped a couple of pictures, and she did capture something. I don't even know if she has that picture anymore, but she did capture a figure in the doorway.
You saw that too?
Yeah.
I saw it too. So yeah, so I'll I'll find a picture online, which I'm sure anybody can find. But there's a big archway at the entrance of this building, and the person that we're talking about snapped a photo, and literally you can see it was white, right? It was like a white
It was
silhouette.
transparent, I guess.
You could
Transparent.
definitely see shoulders, a head, but it stood right in front of that archway, and I was like, and she was probably 60 yards away, maybe.
Yeah, she got close enough to know that they do. She approached the building, and that she knows that you can only, if you want to visit the facility, you're only allowed to like the first and second floor. You're not allowed to go above any further than that, and it's limited. And this was before COVID. This was probably like 3 years ago. So you're limited in time. It's overnight. You can't go above the third floor, second floor, and you got to have like a certain amount of people for them to allow you to visit. But you can visit it and pay for your own personal private tours.
Yeah, they do ghost
Yeah,
tours. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, they're actually doing them now. But obviously, you have to have a face mask and all this other stuff.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, they're coming back, especially when because we were so close to Halloween and stuff.
yeah. It's
So
still there. The building's still up. The castle's
that's
still there.
that's
Yeah,
crazy. I'm surprised it's
yeah.
even still standing.
It's a lot of property. What are they going to do? Tear it down? Nobody has the money out there to knock it down and do something with it.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they do, or if they like renovate it somehow. I don't think they ever will, but it'd be crazy
That's
if they ever did.
probably too much work to renovate. Lead base, paint, asbestos ceilings, and insulation. It's not safe. It even has that asbestos based flooring.
Oh yeah, and some of the floors are falling out of the whole fucking place.
Yeah.
So that was Preston Castle, ladies and gentlemen. Now before we get out of here, it's only been not that long, but there are a couple things that I would like to talk about that I found quite interesting this week on the internet,
Interweb.
the interwebs.
All right.
So
Let's hear it.
this is I guess this happened 2 years ago, but I just found this out. Artists live streamed cannibalism performance where two people were fed their own flesh. The
Who fed it to him? Who cooked? Who cut it?
artist. It's for
He cut
art,
his
dude.
own shit. He gave
No,
himself a.
there are two people in this art thing, right?
Okay. Two
So they're
weirdos.
they're like they're like the mannequins, and then there's a person who is walking around in full bunny suit, which is a bunny suit is covering your entire body except for this part of your face, from your eyebrow to the bottom of your chin. And he or she, I can't remember if it's a male or female, but they're wearing black gloves, and what they're doing is they get these. I don't necessarily know what they're called, but they get these little tweezer looking things. They're real long. They're about 4 or 5 inches long, and the person pinched forceps. Thank you.
Yeah.
Pinched the other person's skin, pulled it back, and then with the scalpel sliced it, put it into a pan. Went to the female subject, same process, almost exact same spot. Pinched, pulled the skin, sawed it off with the scalpel, and put it into a different frying pan. Fried them bitches up and gave them some chicharrones.
Okay. Well, that's not. I mean, what's turning my stomach is I hope it wasn't foreskin and labia, because if that was it, dude,
No,
I don't want to hear anymore.
no, it was actually from their back.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
they were alive?
They're alive and well, and it's real. Like the person cuts them, and you see blood dripping from their back. It's fucking weird. And then
You've seen this on the internet?
yeah, I'll send you the link. But it's
No,
fucking.
it's good.
Are you sure? It's
I don't want. I
interesting.
mean, if this is something you found, dude, I'm okay without seeing. I see enough shit.
Well, that's one of the most interesting things that I learned about this week. It's just weird that people do that shit for like art. It's weird. Oh, speaking of art, apparently there's some woman in France or something, which again, this is for art. Has nothing to do with Preston Castle now. We're on a totally different subject. But she will stand there in some town square and then have a sign that says, "Come do what you want to me." Literally. And it's for art.
How's that art?
Fuck if I know, but it's art, dog.
Jeez. Dude, now see, stuff like that's just odd. I don't see the
People
psychological
get
part of
the
that.
Infinity Gauntlet and get to throw up the shocker. I'm it's all joking aside. That's what she's allowing them to do. Like you can go up to her and just grab her breasts, pinch her ass, lick her ear. I don't know. Throw ketchup on her if that's what you want to do. Like it doesn't have to be sexual. Like you can just throw shit at her and she'll. I mean, it could be shit too. You could throw shit at her and it's all.
Mm-mm.
Can you imagine? Oh man, what if someone pooped on her feet?
That's just it. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like like one of them monkeys at the zoo when they shit on the ground, they pick it up, throw it at you.
Yeah. People are into that though, Big Jim. People like
Nobody
poop.
I know.
People
Nobody
like
I know.
people like poop play. Okay.
Nah. Well, I tell you what. Only poop plate I had was changing y'all's diaper,
You're
and
welcome.
it wasn't even something I looked forward to. Good. All
So
right.
so that's some of the interesting stuff that I found online today. And actually, you know what? While we're on the topic of poop, have you ever heard about real paper?
Real paper.
Real paper. This is not an ad. This is not a script, a paid ad or sponsorship. Holy shit! I was at
Like
a.
off a tree type, unfiltered, unprocessed.
It's called REEL paper, real paper. It's toilet paper made from bamboo. I promise you, it is life changing.
How's that life change, dude? You just made my fucking asshole pucker from scratching. It's like what the? I find no pleasure or relief in wiping with bamboo.
It doesn't feel like bamboo, but the texture on there's a texture side and then there's a flat side. I'm telling you right now, this is graph. I apologize for everyone listening and or watching. Poop talk. Anyways,
Nah,
this is
go ahead.
life changing. This is very life changing. I'm not gonna lie. When I got done and I was getting ready to go, finish up my business, and I felt the paper. I puckered up. I was like, oh, what is this? This is nice.
Can I get your phone number?
I'm telling you, it's really good. You should look into it. Apparently,
No.
it's a subscription plan
I
for
tell
30
you what.
bucks. You get 24 rolls for 30 bucks. And it's some of the best feeling toilet paper on your asshole that you'll probably ever feel.
Nah, I'm good, dude. I like Charmin. Ain't nothing wrong with Charmin.
I will bring you 4 sheets. Next time I see you, I'll bring you 4 sheets. Just try it out. Just
Look,
try
dude,
it
I
out
got a big ass. 4 sheets ain't even enough.
until you have real paper. I am telling you right now.
All right, dude. No, I mean not all right. I don't want to fight. I'm just saying. All right, that's okay. I'm good. 2
All
ply,
right.
3 ply, whatever. I'm good.
Your finger won't go through.
None of my finger ain't never gone through. That's good.
Well, yes, that was Preston Castle and a little bit of poop talk. So you're welcome, everybody. Love you.
All right. Well, that was a short episode. I guess because we're not drinking, huh?
Yeah, we're not drinking. We're not bullshit.
All right. Well, that's
But
okay. We
you
got
know
shit
what?
to do anyway.
We do have more topics. We do have more guests. We do have people coming back. JJ Stingray would like to be coming back soon. You and I believe next week we'll be on UFC Talk. So check out that podcast. You can follow him on Instagram at Keely Nickerson, I believe is his name. Or Kellison Nickerson. I can't. I'm sorry, man. I can't pronounce your name. I'm sorry.
We'll
I've
put it
tried.
in the link.
Yeah, it'll be in the link. Check the description below or in the actual podcast link itself. But yes, more stuff to be coming. I'm even. No, I'm not gonna say anything just yet, but something will be coming soon. Hopefully, I'm hoping of doing another collaboration, but I'm not gonna jinx it. Not gonna say anything just yet, but we'll see.
Okay.
So that was the episode. So thank you everyone for listening, and hope you have a wonderful day. Peace. All right, that was the episode. I hope everybody enjoyed it. What did you think, Big Jim?
I like it. I like hearing about California type stuff. That's what I was saying when you first started this. You know, there's a lot of lore and urban legends and stories that happen in California. And there's a lot of people like myself, like the story I'm working on, didn't know it even existed. But I'm always down to hearing about California. Preston Castle, one of my favorites.
Yeah, there's still a lot of places that I haven't even touched on. There's still
Yeah.
there's places that are up north that I haven't even. I mean, like one of them that I kind of want to talk about actually is Murder Mountain, but that's a whole different subject.
Murder Mountain, Ghost Deer, which is in the Sierra Nevadas, also.
The Emerald Triangle,
Yeah,
all of that.
a
It's
high school that's not near us.
Hayward.
No, I'll save it for a story later. But there's a lot of stuff. I literally, just like I said, the internet's full of information if you key in specific. And
Okay.
there's a lot of things people who live in the Bay Area aren't. They may be aware of them, but at younger age, obviously.
Yeah, they're not gonna know about a whole lot of stuff.
And then once you hear the stories, you're like, God damn, I know that place.
That's like Niles Canyon.
Yeah.
Niles Canyon over near it's the border of like Hayward and
Fremont.
Union or Fremont area. Thank you.
Yeah.
Fucking that place is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually, I mean, totally different side note, but that's where my wife and I went to go help. We were part of a search party to help one of my old colleagues find his goddaughter, who unfortunately perished after a really bad rainstorm. But there's a lot of lore and a lot of folklore behind that too. But behind that whole stretch of highway, it's really eerie back there too.
It's real dark. I mean, even up in Shasta County, El Dorado County, there's a lot of ghost towns. There's a lot of stories. So yeah, California has a lot to offer, and Preston Castle is just probably one of the biggest noticeable places. And it doesn't, it helps that TV stories are producing and telling their story. Rob Lowe was just up there on his show.
What? I forgot he even had a show, dude.
Yeah, Rob Lowe and his two boys, they both went up there.
They called the Low Files or something, right?
Yeah. Pretty good. It's a pretty good story. Pretty good story.
Little history side note: did you know that Charlie Chaplin made 4 of his 7 some odd movies over there in Niles Canyon?
Yeah, that's what he's known for.
Oh, well, fuck. Never mind then.
Dude, don't forget. I got 30 years on you, pal.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right. Well, thank you everybody for listening. Please be sure to follow us on Instagram. Please be sure to go to our YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, so every time we have a video that's been uploaded, you will be notified. Smash on that fucking like button and then leave a comment. We always send comments back. We love it. We love talking to you people, you fucking psychos.
Positive or negative, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. And then share our episode. Share it to all of your crazy friends and or poop lovers. So just enjoy it. Enjoy it. Okay. Also be sure to go check out our podcast on Apple Podcasts and leave us a 5-star review. Even if it's one word, Just say nice or great. Hell, just say shitty. Since we're on the subject of poop. Anyways, leave us a 5-star review and then share it with people who you know. 'Cause again, like I said before, this is how we get put on some podcast charts. This is how we get a little more notoriety. We get a broader audience of people. So it'd be greatly appreciated, and it doesn't cost you $1 or even a penny.
Just realize, folks, this is strictly for entertainment.
Yeah.
You might laugh, a chuckle, or even learn something.
This guy doesn't like poop, and I will just keep talking about it because look at him. Look at him. It makes his stomach turn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Sweat.
Have you seen Two Girls, One Cup?
Of course I did. And I didn't even finish. I got to the one part, and that was it. I didn't even bother.
With the part when she spreads when the cheeks.
No,
all right, we'll save that
the
for
initial
later.
part. Just the first part of any. I saw a brief nudity, and then that was it. That was it.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you for not throwing up, Big Jim, and we will talk to you later.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.